Dear students, I hope you are staying safely. Today I am going to discuss about sustainable development and role of education, or in fact environmental education in sustainable development. So let's start from the meaning of sustainable development. Okay, what is sustainable development, or what is the concept of sustainable development? According to Brundtland Commission, sustainable development is development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Sustainable development means meeting the diverse needs of all people in existing and future communities by promoting personal well-being, social cohesion and inclusion, and creating equal opportunity for all. Okay, so sustainable development, to say simply, is fulfilling the needs of the present time without compromising the ability of the future generations to meet their own needs. It means sustainable development means to fulfill our present needs by keeping something for the future in simple sense. Sustainable development promotes the idea that social, environmental, and economic progress are all attainable within the limits of our Earth's natural resources. If we think for sustainability life, or in other words, if we think for sustainable development, then we can ensure our social progress, economic progress, as well as environmental progress within our natural resources that we have on Earth. The capacity of our ecosystem may be limited, means the future generation may not be able to meet their own needs the way that we are able to fulfill our needs at present time. It means we may face the scarcity of our resources. So it is the time to think for sustainability living. It is the time to think for sustainable development. So the concept of sustainable development is quite important concept for us. See, the world's resources are finite, and if these are unmanaged and unsustained, you think it will lead to increased poverty and decline of the environment. So I hope you may got this point easily. You see, if we don't live sustainable life, then we may suffer from increased poverty, and we may notice deterioration of our environment. We may notice declining of the nature. Okay, so sustainable development emphasizes on the achievement of continuous well-being by maintaining an optimal balance in the utilization of different resources of our environment. So it is the concept of sustainable development. It means to fulfill our needs at the present time without compromising the ability of the future generation to meet their own needs. It means we need to think for our future time or for our future generation when we try to fulfill our own needs within our resources that we have, that we can utilize to fulfill our own needs. So it is the concept of sustainable development. Okay, now the role of environmental education for sustainable development. You see, you all have the concept regarding environmental education. Environmental education facilitates in better understanding of the world where we live and to face the future with hope and confidence. Yes, of course, if we have the education regarding our environment, the problems that we are subject to face day to day in our life, then of course we can tackle the environmental problems soon. You see, environmental education plays an important role in addressing the complex and interdependent problems that threaten our future, such as poverty, wasteful consumption, environmental degradation, urban decay, population growth, gender inequality, health issues, conflict, and the violation of human rights. So at this context, we can easily understand the importance of environmental education. So we need to study environmental education. See, environmental education can promote the necessary skills like envisioning. Envisioning means being able to imagine a better future, being able to look at our future, to have vision for our future. If we know where we want to go, we will be better able to work out how to get there. It means if we can have a vision regarding our future, what we want in our future, then we can identify or we can understand how we can be able to go in that place. Okay. Then environmental education can promote other necessary skill like critical thinking and reflection. It helps students to learn to examine economic, environmental, social, and cultural structures in the context of sustainable development. So see, critical thinking is quite important to solve our problems. Especially, critical thinking is very important to solve the environmental problems. Then environmental education can develop the skill of systematic thinking. Systematic thinking is looking for links and synergies when trying to find solutions to problems. It means when we are able to think systematically, then we can find the links to solve our problems. It may be our personal problem, it may be our environmental problem as well. Then environmental education can build other skill like building partnerships. It means promoting dialogue and negotiation, learning to work together, which is quite significant to tackle various types of environmental issues that right now we are subject to face. So it is one of the important skill that environmental education can develop among the students. Then participation in decision making, which is also an important skill which can be developed by studying environmental education. When we study various concepts of environment, various issues pertaining to our environment, our nature, our art, then we can be able to not only think systematically, think critically, and build partnerships to solve our problems. We can participate in the decision making process. So environmental education is very important. Environmental education is an essential tool for achieving sustainability. There is a laundry list of problems. You see, what are the problems? Like inefficient use of energy that we do regularly, or some people may have this habit of inefficient using of energy, lack of water conservation, increased pollution, that we can understand, we can know this problem, abuses of human rights, overuse of personal transportation, consumerism, etc. These problems are quite common in nowadays. Okay, thus environmental education is key to a nation's ability to develop and achieve sustainability targets. So environmental education is the most essential tool to think for sustainable development, to live a sustainable life. Research has shown that environmental education can improve agricultural productivity, reduce population growth, enhance environmental protection, and raise the standard of our living. So environmental education is quite important for us, quite important for our students. To think about the environment, to be motivated for the environment, to participate in solving various types of environmental problems that we face regularly in our life. Thus, from the above discussion, we come to know that environmental education is the key subject of study which can solve many types of environmental problems and promote sustainable living as well. Okay. Thus, it is becoming a major subject of concern among the academicians in these days. So here I want to conclude my session, and I want to tell here that love the nature and save the nature. Thank you so much.